8:55 here at Big 550 KTRS. Once a month, we check in with our good friend Charles D'Angelo, weight loss coach to the stars and weight loss coach to everybody via Skype. Charles D'Angelo, welcome back, Big 550 KTRS.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
We are doing fantastic. We have not told your story enough, and since people can see you now on Skype, they see you in your Captain America T-shirt. We know you love superheroes, but your story is a great story. You did not always look like a muscle builder and a fitness guru. You started off in a very different way.
Yes, I started off weighing 360 pounds at 17. Going up a flight of just 4 stairs was challenging. So while I do have an admiration for Captain America, for Superman, for all the different superheroes, the reality is I certainly didn't start that way. And the reality is that anyone can build a body like mine if they're willing to really embrace the disciplines that are required. And there's small choices that you have to make day after day, week after week, month after month. And over time, it's taken me now about 12 years or so to design my body into what it looks like today. But the reality is when you go to a movie or when you go to a play or you go anywhere, you go to a gym and you see someone that really inspires you, that looks the way that you want to look or that has the quality of health that you want to have, if you're willing to follow the guide, the plan, the system, the rules that that person follows, you can have what that person has. So what I've spent the last decade doing is really refining, designing a very specific, very detailed, very simple food plan and exercise plan, paired, of course, with a really unique way to recondition your psychology so that doing the things that are a must, that you really should be doing, but you might not be doing, are effortless.
I know the journey is very difficult, but do you find that the most difficult thing perhaps is maintaining once you lose with your clients?
I couldn't quite hear your question, Kelly, but what I thought you said was, do I find that the most important thing is what?
Maintaining.
Yeah, the most difficult thing.
Well, here's the thing. If a person sets their goal to be done, in other words, if they put a finish line on this whole thing, you're finished before you even start. I think that that's the real challenge a lot of people get into is they start a program to lose 30 pounds or 50 pounds or 100 pounds or 200 pounds, and they put a finishing line on it. There is no finish line in this whole thing. The reality is this is a lifestyle. You've got to embrace these disciplines of eating every 2 to 3 hours, of avoiding certain foods, of understanding that the cost of discipline is so far less than the cost of regret you'll have if you don't start something to get yourself moving in the direction you want to go. I always tell people, don't ask that it's easier. Don't ask that life becomes more simple. Ask that you get stronger, that you get more insight, that you get more wisdom, that you get more focused, that you're more driven. Because the reality is life's been the way it's been for a long time. The government's not going to change much. All the reasons, the negative neighbors, the people that are around you that may have done something to you in your past that make you feel like that's what's caused you to overeat, those people, those things probably aren't going to change. So if the last 2, 3, 5 years haven't been that successful for you, and the things outside of you are not going to change, and you want the next 5 years to look different than the last 5 years, then you've got to ask yourself, well, if everything outside of me is not going to change, what has to change? And the answer that we, of course, know is you. You have to make the change. You have to make the decision that no longer you're going to settle for this standard that you've set with. And the cool thing is, if you'll change, everything will change for you. If you'll make the decision to start to embrace these healthy habits, eating consistently, like I said, and this isn't something that's real difficult. This stuff is simple.
Charles, I got 30 seconds. How do people get a hold of you and tell us about your book? I got 30 seconds.
My book is Think and Grow Thin, available at Barnes & Noble, available at Amazon.com. You can call my office at 314-495-3228. But the most important thing I want people to realize is that it's never too late to change. No matter if you've tried and tried again, you've just found a different way now that might open up the portal for you really to make the change that you want last.
Charles D'Angelo, CharlesD'Angelo.com, KTRS St. Louis.